Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to do a review and demo of two pretty new products that just came out from the drugstore. They're from Maybelline, and that is the Maybelline Superstay Better Skin Foundation as well as the concealer, because I saw one, I saw both, so I was like, let's try them both out. And I was really intrigued by this because this had a pump to begin with, and I don't know, just in general, I'd like to try out new products. This is new, I really want to test it out, and I've just been on a foundation kick, and I'm actually really excited to do this video because it's going to be in collaboration with another fellow YouTuber who I've been kind of talking with here, commenting back and forth. I've really been enjoying her channel, and that is ItsPriscillaMarie. I'll make sure to link her video down in the description box because I thought this would be fun. I did the CoverGirl Outlast Stay Luminous foundation review for you guys, and she commented, she's like, oh man, like we should have collaborated. I was like, you know what, that would have been a great idea because I have dry skin and she has oily skin, and while I can really give my feedback for foundations, it's really specific, more specific to dry skin. Possibly maybe normal skin people can give or take a little bit more advice, but it's going to be totally different for someone with oily skin. And I was like, you know what, I want to go ahead and do that. So for those of you who maybe have more oily skin, you can go ahead and check out her thoughts on this, you know, foundation and how it wore better with her skin type via your skin type. And then for dry skin people, you can really kind of get my thoughts about it. So I thought that would definitely be fun, a new perspective, maybe something I would definitely want to do here a little bit more, because I know when I'm maybe watching a review and demo from an oily skin person, I'm wondering like, okay, but how does that work for my dry skin? And you can make your predictions and kind of see how that goes. So if you guys want to see her video, I'll definitely link that down below for my oily skin girls, so you can check it out and see her thoughts about it. And for my normal skin girls, you can kind of give or take tidbits from here and there. So I hope you guys enjoy this review and demo real quick and see what maybe your thoughts, whether you want to purchase it or not. Price wise, this is definitely a little bit higher than other drugstore foundations that I found. Maybe they added a couple extra dollars because of the pump, but you can find this at Walmart or Target for about $10, and then if not, maybe if you don't have those near you, Ulta, you can get it for about $12. So Chicagoland area, from $10 to $12 range, I feel like you'll find the foundation. I bought mine in the color Classic Ivory. The thing about this that's a little bit annoying is they tend to have like a little sticker of the foundation colors on here, so if you lose that, you might forget. The other thing is I've already kind of narrowed down my color in the general like Fit Me line for Maybelline, and the names and numbers and colors for this line are very kind of different. I kind of geared it a little bit better, but it's not the same, so which is kind of annoying when you find your color in one brand and then they have a separate product and they're different colors. So that was a little pet peeve, but I think I was pretty close to my color with the Classic Ivory. So as you'll see, the consistency of this, it's not very watery at all. It's kind of more on the creamier side, not heavy though, but it's not, you know, kind of going all over the place. The blendability, I will say, is really nice though. This is pretty nice to blend, easy to blend on the face. It's really quick, it's really simple, and then I can actually even layer it on the coverage. It says it's supposed to be a medium, you know, and then I feel like if you build it up, you can get to full coverage. I personally feel though, however, on my skin, it feels like a light to, I can build it up to a medium coverage. I added one layer on my face, kind of dotted it around, and then I added another just for a little bit extra coverage. Normally I would put concealer and just, you know, add a layer and a half, because that's how I like to do, but I would definitely say for me it felt like a light to medium coverage. The finish of this on my skin, honestly, first impressions when I first tried this on, I put this on, you know, I used my coconut oil to kind of moisturize my face, because whenever I'm going to use a new foundation, that's honestly the best moisturizer. It can combat most type of foundations. It really helped me work with anything new that I'm kind of working with. So I used my coconut oil. I used my regular primer that I've been using, the Too Faced Hangover RX. That's really a nice moisturizing primer. But my first impressions, had I just gone off of first impressions, I would have been like, no, no, no. I put it on and right away just sort of like everything just kind of dried up and, you know, on my face, and I was like, oh god, I want to take this off like right now. I was filming a tutorial and I was like, oh god, oh god. But he's like, you know what, let's give it another chance. Let's try keep experimenting with it, only because the coverage, when it's just your regular, nothing special, just a regular primer and just your regular kind of moisturizer, it felt on my dry skin like it was more mattifying. I feel like the finish is definitely more on the satiny type of finish, satin finish, but on my dry skin it felt like a demi matte. I was just not a fan. And actually the foundation claims that it reduces spots, bumps, and dullness. However, that first try I felt like it accentuated all of that on my dry skin. If anything, I know I have like some acne areas around here, and it just felt like it clung on to those areas and just accentuated those acne marks because they're so dried up. However, since experimenting with that foundation, I was like, you know, I don't even want to touch it anymore. I don't want to experiment and go out, you know, because when you're trying out a foundation, you know, you want to have a sign like, I'm just testing out a foundation, like I know it's not working for me. But one thing that really did help get me from, you know, I'm not a fan of this, so okay, I'm willing to work with you, is an illuminating primer. And a primer that I tried that I just picked up is the Cover FX Illuminating Primer. And this is illuminating. I bought this at Sephora recently and I just put it on my hand. I was like, oh my god, for a dry skin person, I was very impressed with how illuminating that was. I tried out another illuminating primer at Sephora, but this was so illuminating. So today I use this primer, and I've been using this primer and of course my Max Fix Plus. I used my Max Fix Plus, you know, before, but it couldn't, you know, do as much as these two can do together. So now when I use an illuminating primer and the Max Fix Plus, I'm okay with it. We can work with this. I went from no thank you to okay, I'm okay with it. I'm not loving it, but I'm okay with it. The longevity of this foundation, for me, I feel like my dry skin also takes another part in this. I feel like it's not as long lasting on my dry skin. You know how when you have oily skin and you try a foundation that's a little bit more, or I feel as though when you try a foundation that's a little bit more on the dewy, illuminated side, it kind of slides off your face, you know, with all your oils, and you know, it gets a little greasy. Well, when I feel like when I wear a mattifying foundation with dry skin, it just kind of like dries and cracks up on me, so it doesn't last as long. When I was wearing it throughout the workday, I feel like it lasted maybe about 6 hours on me because it just started to dry up, patch up, and just kind of break away. So that's how I feel like mattifying foundations work with dry skin, so therefore I feel like they don't last as long. I will say though, this holds up very well in the heat. I wore this foundation when I decided to bike it to work on a pretty hot day, or just general biking it in the summertime, and I biked about 9 miles. When I got to work, it was still looking pretty good. Like, it was still intact. It hadn't broken up. It hadn't, you know, the sweat hadn't made it come off. So I will say it holds up pretty well with the heat. 9 miles biking it one way, I think that was pretty good. Now, of course, I wanted to try out the concealer as well because it just seemed like a matching pair. And I would definitely say that the concealer is anywhere around $8 to $9. $7.82 at Walmart, $9 you can get it for about Ulta. I will say though that the concealers do run a little bit lighter. I feel like maybe I should have gotten like a light medium to kind of, you know, go a little bit better with every day, not highlighting in general. I got the color light. Usually that's my tone, and when I go light medium, that's a little bit too dark for me. So like, I ended up getting the color light. This is also a very lightweight concealer, I would say. I'm not a fan of it. I'm okay. It's okay. I'll use it, but it is a lightweight, so therefore it does not really cover my dark circles. If you're someone that does not have dark circles, I think you'll be fine with this. But not only does it not cover my dark circles, I feel like it just kind of clings on to my fine lines. It's hard to kind of, you know, get it to blend into everything. So I'm okay with the concealer. If you don't have dark circles, I think you'll like it a little bit better. Overall, with these two products, the foundation and the concealer, I feel like I don't dislike them. I'm okay with them. I'm more willing to, especially the foundation now, I'm more willing to experiment with it, but it still isn't where I want it to be. I feel as though it looks a lot better now than when I first tried it because I used an illuminating primer and the Fix Plus, but still a little bit up close. You can kind of notice that around my mouth it's a little bit drier, and then I just feel like in general it accentuates a little bit more any little bumps and any little textured areas that I might have. But I'm comfortable maybe wearing this for the workday, especially since I bought it. But especially for those of you who, you know, might not have the budget to go out and, you know, buy another foundation, or, you know, you're high school so you really don't have the budget to go out and experiment, you know, I found a way to work with it. So if you found the product that doesn't work for you, you feel it's too mattifying with your dry skin, try, you know, your other illuminating products and work with it. And I'm glad that I found a way that now I'm okay with it, rather than, oh my god, I wish I would have kept that receipt to return it. but I'm willing to play around with it. It's okay. So for those days, you know, during the workday, I think maybe that's when I'll use it a little bit more. However, in the winter time, this is definitely not something that I find that's gonna work for me, because it's really gonna, my skin's gonna be super dry. I need a dewy foundation to kind of look normal in the winter time. So now that it's summer, I'm definitely more willing to experiment with more foundations and really see how it's really gonna work for my skin. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review and demo of the Maybelline Superstay Better Skin Foundation. I had really hoped that this foundation had worked so much better for me. Unfortunately, it did not. I had high hopes for this foundation. I don't know why. Maybe because I had a pump and I just want a drugstore foundation more of that with the pump. But you know, not every foundation is for every skin type. Make sure to check out ItsPriscillaMarie's channel. Subscribe to her. I think you'll love her review and demos. I feel like that's what really kind of brought me around, her reviews and demos. And those lipstick swatches, I love lipstick swatches, but she's really down to earth, and I feel like just very genuine. That's what I love about YouTubers here, is the genuine, honest opinions, because you know, that's what I know as a viewer I'm looking for, and something I also want to give to my viewers, because what good use of it is it if I'm not honest. So I hope you guys enjoyed that from her. Make sure to check her out. And then any newcomers, thank you so much for watching and coming around. For my subscribers, thank you guys so much for supporting and always watching. I love your guys' comments. Let me know if any of you have tried this product, what type of skin type you are, and how you've liked it. I always like to see how different people, you know, feel about the products that I review as well, and maybe what you have used to experiment with this product to make it work for you. Because honestly, when you buy a foundation and it doesn't work for you, how are you trying to make it work and get your money's worth, especially if you accidentally threw away the receipt like me? But thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.